Hello, welcome to today's video diary for finding my way with Pi, purpose, intention, and emotion. I am Pi. And I today am thinking about what it feels like to feel scared to put yourself out there. I know I've talked about this before in the video diaries, but I hit another layer of it this week. And interestingly, if you watch a couple of days back regarding the distress of the traffic aggression I experienced, that traffic aggression is what set my mind on this path. And I recognized it today because I kept feeling anxious about it. And I was like, what is it that's got its hook in me from this? I've been working on meditating, been working on just accepting what I felt about it and how disturbed and distressed I was about it and then letting it go. But there was something that was like, had a little hook in me. So today I realized what that was. So it is connected to, in the strangest, most roundabout way, so I'll acknowledge that. Not sure how my brain connected these things, but this is what happens when your brain, is constantly thinking along those things. So it is the awareness and the mindfulness that helps us intervene on behalf of ourselves to figure out what's going on, where are my thoughts taking me with this thing, and why is this association or this connection being made. Okay, so that traffic aggression incident that I experienced, somehow my brain connected it to when you put yourself out there and you're following your dream and you're building your own thing and you're working with others to do it, you have a lot at stake in it. And also it requires an element of being, steadfast is the way to do it, but firmly rooted in your dreams. Continue going in the direction you believe in. I'm not saying don't pay attention or doggedly not listen to feedback. I'm just simply saying stay rooted in what's important to you. Stay authentic to yourself. Don't try to be someone else. Follow your dream, follow your path, and use your voice. Don't try to make it sound like what someone else's sounds like. The risk in doing that is that it feels like it takes you outside of this safety box. As an example, when I was in my corporate job, this was my job title. This is my safety box. As long as I stayed inside this safety box, I wasn't putting myself out there, and there was like no risk. But when you step outside of that and you're doing something on your own, the bigger it grows and the more people it touches, the more it feels like risk. It's almost like being vulnerable, like you could potentially be a target, and you may be. You hear highly successful people talk about this all the time, that they had experienced some hurtful comments from people, or, just had experiences where they felt judged or misunderstood or whatever. We all have those experiences, no matter if we're successful or not, right? So why does the successful make it worse? Well, because there's more attention, I guess, on you. If you're doing your own thing and you're more successful. This is how my brain was rolling through all of this over the last couple of days. That experience of the traffic aggression was disturbing and distressing for me, and reminded me this is what it feels like. This is the discomfort when someone, when they don't seek to understand at all. They are not operating from compassion. It's an operation from aggression, and that is a possibility when I put myself out there. Again, I know the two aren't connected, but I think that feeling of distress, in my mind, it was like, oh my gosh. Well, what happens if as you're building this community that you're working to build, and things are going great. It's scary putting yourself out there in the first place, but what if you become, someone's super unhappy with you? What if? Okay, so acknowledging that, then what the heck do I do with it? Then what do I do with that? Here's where just being rooted in my dream, being rooted in my belief in myself and working towards what's important to me, it's rooted in helping others. And there's going to be so many things, I think, as with any goal, dream, or aspiration, that are going to feel like roadblocks or detours detours along the way. Like, it may not look exactly like what you think it looks like, and there will be tests and challenges along the way. At each point, A, you have something to learn, and B, you have a choice to keep going or to pivot or to decide what's most important for you in that moment, and to maybe it's just this, maybe it's this. Proceed, and then trust yourself to handle the stress that comes, whatever it may be, if it may be. Just keep going, trust yourself to handle what comes up, and then trust life. You cannot control everything. All you can control is what's inside. And even then, there are some things that are inside that are automatic. So what you can do is choose to examine and to have some self-awareness and mindfulness. And that is where you tap into your most fulfilled life. That is where you tap into your intuition to chart your own way. How cool would it be if we learned how to do this? If this was like a life philosophy that we learned about just growing up, how to tap into yourself, how to go inward and self-reflect, how to have some trust in yourself, and make some mindful choices in your life. It's challenging. It's far simpler to follow the beaten path. It's far simpler to follow the thing everybody says you have to do to be successful. Whether or not it's right for you. But that's just not always the right path for you. So it takes some courage, some vulnerability, overcoming fear, acting as if, keep going anyways, have some determination, some focus, and some mindfulness, and keep trying. Everyone gets scared sometimes, and that is part of the process. The lesson and experience that you gain in overcoming fear and acting anyways in pursuit of something you believe in, that is so valuable. That is the lesson. It's not arriving somewhere, it's the journey, right? So that's what I was thinking about today, and when I realized, oh, that's why this has its hook in me, weird association. I was like, how did I make that leap? I don't know, but I did. And that's what my innermost automatic thoughts were telling me. And it was like fueling this like anxiety / fear. And it's not even related. So what a gift to be able to be mindfully aware of where that came from, what it's rooted in, and then be able to say, that's, I don't want to let that guide my choices. I know what's most important to me, and I am rooted in that. And I'm going to trust myself to move forward and trust life. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey. I am so glad that you're here. I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.